This is running directly on my Xbox 360. This is the big screen TV that I play all my games on. And right now, we have a whole bunch of stuff that will very quickly relate to what I've been coding. This right here is a textured text box. Actually, it's a textured name text box because there's that little name thingy right there. But the fact of the matter is, these background boxes for the name box and the text box itself are textures, basically just PNG files that I created in Photoshop over the course of about 20 minutes each. Yes, I suck at Photoshop. And this is just a generic background I found on 4chan like years ago. Anyway, as you can see, it says press the A button to advance the text. I will in a second because I want to mention that this is running at 720p as well. And we've got a pretty good setup here. So I'm going to press A. And it says here, in a moment I'm going to ask you a question. Use the left stick or the D-pad to move the red selection and press A to choose. This is another text box in what's called a dialogue. This is an object that collects the text boxes, and you're about to see the menu boxes. Spiffy. Anyway, menu boxes are a little bit different in that they have a question, which is up here, and then options. Now, right now, I can only do a maximum of 3 options because I haven't programmed in a way to, scroll or anything like that. That's coming later. Right now, I just wanted to get this far. So as you can see, it's asking, is Alex a boy's name or a girl's name? And of course, if you use on your 360 controller, or my 360 controller rather, the left stick or the D-pad, you can select, which is kind of cool. So let's go ahead and say Alex is a boy's name for right now. I'm sure he's very glad to see you like his name. This is where something I call interpolation comes in. And that's actually a fancy word for text replacement. In the file, the code rather, these words he, his, and he again are not coded in hardcode. We'll see that in a second. They're coded as gender flag something or another. I don't remember what it is right now. But basically, the text system manages to read in the flag that we just set in that menu and say, we just said Alex is a boy, so use male stuff for here. And it says, I wonder why he looks so troubled now. Flag data can also change without any user interaction beyond advancing text. I have a data action assigned to this text window, or actually this exposition fragment, which is the underlying object. It's a long story. Anyway, that flips the flag we set in that menu. So it says she doesn't look too happy about having her gender changed, or something like that. Now Alex is speaking because the text in the name has done this. And this is another interpolator, and this is another one as well. I'm still working on figuring out reverse stuff. I'll work on that in a little bit. But in any event, right now we have interpolation here and here and all sorts of stuff. It's kind of cool. I like it. So now we get another menu. And it says, will you change her back? I guess I have to. No, wait, she's much hotter now. See, this is to show off that interpolation doesn't just have to be in the exposition fragments. They can be in the questions and in the menu options, which is kind of cool. So let's say she's much hotter now because, I want to show this off too. Looks really uncomfortable in her new body. This isn't funny anymore. Come on. So, guess what? We're back here. And that's set because this option leads to an exposition menu that leads to this menu one more time. But I think we're going to have to. Let's go ahead and do this. Now, you're about to see a bug. The phrase, "it's magic," overspills the borders of the name thing. So we have to be very careful, or at least I do, in terms of naming, or I just have to make that longer. I probably will have to make that longer, but I'll deal with that later. But with a poof, Alex is restored to his proper gender. Thanks, I really owe you. The interesting thing about this is that the action to flip the gender one more time is not attached to this menu, this window rather, but it is attached to the menu option that we selected in that second menu. It's time to say goodbye to Alex and to this demo. See you soon with a bit more fun. Bye-bye, but we're not done yet, because you can close the dialog and then restart it, that sort of thing. I want to show off that this is being interpolated. This is still the same dialog, but we're going to select a girl's name. Hey, look, she's very glad to see you like her name. That's kind of cool. And we'll go ahead and do that. And I'm going to switch to a different dialog that I have set up. This is just literally the first ones that I set up. It might have a menu, I don't remember. But what it does have is an action that allows me to change the backdrop, which you just saw, which is kind of cool. There's another thing, too. Player data doesn't just have to be flags, it can be counters. And interpolation can be led with counters. For example, this says one time. That'll be important in a second. And of course this is the same thing. Aren't you forgetting something? Let's pick something else. Guess what? That menu option wasn't there before. Menu options are added dynamically. Whenever the dialog is advanced to a menu fragment, it evaluates the options that it has available to it and goes from there. We're done now, so we can just ogle the ladies, because they are cute. My Hime is awesome. And of course I set this up so that it restarts, because I want to go back through here and check this out. Interpolation has changed it 2 times. That's right, interpolation creates phrases, not just words. I'm kind of showing off here. I've reached the end of the dialog, press X to restart or back and start to exit. I think we're about finished here with what I've done, but basically the important thing to note is that because of all this, I have the framework of a game. I obviously need, graphics and music and sound and everything, but this is the engine that will run the game that I'm designing. The work that I've done today, which is February, what is today, the 7th, I think, is specifically for the Xbox 360, but the fact of the matter is, all this stuff that I've done is platform independent. C# makes it really easy. If I wanted to just pull the code files out and plug them back in, I could do so for a Windows project. I may do that for a demo I'm working on, but we'll deal with that later. I actually have a lot more work to do in terms of this whole thing, but we'll see what's going to happen in terms of how we're going to do this. Plus I also want animation because that's kind of jarring going back and forth like that. But in any event, I hope you guys enjoyed this take a look at what's been going on, and so you know that I'm not just wasting time and not, promising and never delivering, which I'm kind of famous for. And I've babbled enough, so I'm just going to exit it. And I'll tell you what, folks, as I have more to show off, I will show it off.